events with my daughter Sarah and the rest of our family that was out of the state. We appreciate you all coming today to remember my mom, Fran Edwards. And I hope that when I'm speaking that you see the resemblance of her and me, because I'm very proud to have been able to call her my mom. I'm going to read something that I'm going to call a remembrance that her friend Arlene Grimes wrote for her. They have been friends for a long, long time. And she wrote this and asked me to read this today. Arlene Grimes is a lifelong friend of Fran's. Arlene lives in Anderson, South Carolina. Who was Frances Fran Brander Edwards? To answer this question, I think you'll know her better if you will take a walk with me down a memory lane and share with me her seasons of life. A fun-loving teenager. Arlene and Fran first met during junior high school in Hialeah when they were about 14 or 15 years old. Their gang hung out at the rustic roller rink in Miami with a great group of friends. Fran was quite a good skater and a smooth dancer. The rink helped them stay connected even when they changed schools and moved around. They always had what was called good, clean fun. Fran is a wife, a mother, a grandmother. Fran and Arlene were in each other's weddings. They were both teenage brides. They had babies together between 1960 and 1963, so now you have an idea of how old I am. They were good friends that stayed in touch as me and my brother and my cousins grew up together into adulthood. Later, they both became grandmothers, and Arlene says that my mom was better as a grandmother than her because she sat on the floor and played with her grandkids, made games out of big refrigerator boxes, and played outside and wasn't afraid of the heat. Arlene said that my mom, Fran, was creative and always kept the grandkids entertained. My kids had a special name for my mom, Granny, and she always insisted that it was spelled Grannie, because she was not like any other granny. She was one granny with an IE. Fran had a strong Christian faith. She was born again in her teens, which set her on track to follow Christ's plan for her life. As young married women, Arlene and Fran grew closer to each other, and Fran made it her mission to get Arlene to go to church. Fran became involved in the Bible studies, involved in growing in the church, and she was an amazing example and influence on Arlene. Arlene said that she remembered when Fran would not take no for an answer, and showed up, picked her up, and literally took her to Bible study. Fran was passionate about helping people know Jesus, be born again, and having eternal life. This was accomplished using her gifts that were evident as serving and mercy. Serving and mercy were my mom's gifts. Her gifts